answering your dating questions. Why is it that I don't give advice to wives? And why is it that I focus mostly on single women? Welcome back to Church Girls Want to Get Married To. My name is Janice Hilton Thompson, and I'm answering your questions tonight. Hey, Denise, this is a Facebook Live. I'm doing it on Facebook Live because the question came from Facebook. And I love to interact and connect with my ladies sometimes, so I do lives here and there. Hi, Denise. How are you, my darling? Wendy, hi, welcome. Hopefully you guys like my vacation here. Do you like my vacation here? I was supposed to get braids, but I just didn't have enough time. How are you, Denise? You see that? What do you see? Oh, my vacation here. And I'm having my dinner. We just got in and I'm like, I have to get on. I have to get on and do a live. So I'm having my dinner. So answer your questions. Let me invite a few ladies and then we're going to jump right into it. Because of course, I need to run over YouTube and do. Denise is already here, but I'll send her an invite still. YouTube and have to do a YouTube live because I've been behind. So I have to jump in where I can and spend some time with all of my ladies. So how's everyone doing this Friday night? I'm a little laid back and relaxed tonight. I'm on vacation. And I really didn't want to do too much work, but I said, hey, let's get it done. Bettina, hello, welcome. So yes, I'm not going to be alone for long because, of course, I'm going to run over to YouTube and do a live, and hopefully you ladies will join me over there too. So the question I got from a wife is, why is it that I don't give wives advice? Like all of my advice is to single women. The short answer to that is, whenever a wife tells me her situation or what's going on in her marriage or whatever, just asks my opinion, you know what I do? I go all the way back to find out, tell me about when you were dating, when you were engaged, when you were courted, what was that like? Because if when you were dating, courting, and engaged was, hi, Christina, welcome, what your marriage is like today, there's nothing I can do to help you. And the reason why I focus mostly on my sisters, my single sisters, is if we can get single ladies, hello, Ryan, to not make the mistakes that a lot of wives made, then perhaps we can avoid so many unhappy women or wives in their marriages, because it all goes back to the data gathering process, okay? So, like the lady that inboxed me, oh, you know, I need him to step up and be a man. Well, was he a man when you was dating, engaged, and courting? Danny, hello, welcome. Right, it's too late if you're married, Denise. Exactly. So that's why you'll never really hear me giving advice to wives. You know, I post my book, The Naked Wife, because it's kind of too late, right? It's kind of too late. If after 6, 7, 8, 10 years of marriage, you want your husband to step up and be a man, it's kind of too late. Because if he wasn't a man when you was dating, when you was getting to know him, when you was engaged, right before you signed the paper, my daddy always said, even if you're walking down the aisle and you're not happy or you're not comfortable, stop, tell me, and I'll stop the whole thing. So, you know, with wives, I go all the way back to, tell me about when y'all was dating. Because 9 out of 10 times, the way the marriage is how it was when you was dating. He wasn't a man when you was dating him, so no, you want him to be a man. You're tired of being the man. So now you want him to be a man, and what can you do to make him be a man? It's too late. It is too late, okay? The Apostle Paul says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I did things as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Becoming a man is more than growing up to be 18 years old. I thought I turned the air off. To be 18 years old, 40-year-old man. Okay, it says that God created them, male and female, created he them. So it's a process to becoming a man. Okay, it's not because he's 30, he's 40, he's 50 mean that he's a man. He could still be a male. So if you've been with your husband for 10 years and you need him to step up and be a man, I'm sorry, it's too late. I can't help you. You know, he don't want to work. Well, was he working when you was going out and dating and courting? Shaquilla, hello, welcome. Shaquilla Mathis, do I know you? Do I know you, Shaquilla Mathis? Do I know your father? You know? Trisha, hello, welcome. And this is why I focus, Diane, welcome, mostly my single sisters. This is my vacation here. If y'all wonder why is her here looking like that, it's vacation here. That is why I focus mostly on my single sisters, because if we can get my sisters to stop making the mistakes that many wives made in my book. I didn't bring a copy of my book, but I have this shirt. No, I don't have the shirt. In my book, The Naked Wife, then maybe we will stop having so many naked wives. Sharice, hello. Carolyn, welcome. And if you're not familiar with the naked wife, a husband is to cover his wife. Submission. A lot of ladies have problems with submission, but if you really understand submission, the man has to understand and the woman has to understand. It's not about lording over her. Submission means to come under a covering. Okay? And so a husband is to cover his wife. She is to submit to his love, his protection, and his provision. Okay? So if he was loving you, professing his love and providing, protecting you while y'all was dating, it's like you're married now and now you want that. It's kind of too late. I'm sorry, I can't help you. You need to go see like a professional counselor. I can't help you. I'm not a trained counselor or anything. I'm just a girl sharing my life and sharing what God gave me and my stories. And if a lot of single ladies read the Naked Wife book, you will avoid a whole lot of stuff. Okay? So that's the reason why I don't really talk to wives. It's like it's kind of too late. Mm-hmm. If you marry him, one lady paid for every dinner. He wasn't working. Bought her own engagement ring. Paid for the wedding. Paid the rent. And now after 5 years, want him to step up. Step up to what? You took care of him. You was the man. You was playing the man role all this time. So now you want him to be a man? It's too late. I can't help you. I'm sorry. It's too late. Once you're married, it's like you need to go see a counselor and you need to take him with you. Both of y'all need to go sit down and see the counselor. Mm-hmm. Too late. And that's why I focus so much on my single ladies that's dating for marriage. Okay, I was reviewing my book today so I could send it to the formatter over the weekend. I'm glad I did, because even though I'm real picky with my writing, but it's a data gathering process. You don't meet a man and jump in an all-out relationship with him, marry him, and then be like, oh my God, he ain't working. You knew that when you was dating. It's like, to me, something is missing. You knew he wasn't working when you was dating. You knew he didn't like to work. You knew he was abusive. You knew he was aggressive when you was dating. You knew he was grabbing you. You knew he was drinking and you thought you could change him. You knew he was a lazy bum. You knew he wanted to be taken care of while you was dating. So then you went ahead and married him and now you want him to change. It's like, you know what I mean? Not much I can do. It's not 10:30, is it? I'm in a different time zone. It's 9:30. So yes, ladies, if anybody's wondering, like this lady inboxed me that she want her husband to step up, what can you do? You can't do anything. I don't have any advice to tell you because it goes back to data gathering. You knew this before you married him, so why did you marry him? Nicole, how are you, my dear? Welcome. Why did you marry him? See, what a lot of women do is many women marry men who they know is not able to give them what they want and what they need, and then complain about him not giving them what they want and what they need. But you knew that. You knew that ahead of time. Gathering data. Thank you, Nicole. Gathering data. You thought you could change him. You thought your cookie is so good that's gonna make him change. Like my daddy said, all cookie, at the end of the day, cookie is cookie. Okay, and a matter of fact, God gave me a revelation about that. I was thinking about that last night. God gave me a word on that. I'm gonna write it. It's not about the cookie. It has to be more than the cookie. Okay? But you marry a man knowing he is not what you want, he is not what you need, and he is not able to give you what you need and what you want, and they cry. That's my problem. You cry about him not giving you what you need and what you want, but you knew that when you signed the papers. I'm eating as well, brisket, bootleg, homemade sandwich. It's late. This is late for me to eat, but we were out. We were out, so speed, because if that's all they want, you'll know. That was quickly right. Nicole, I don't know if you heard. The question was a wife emailed me, messaged me, and said, "Why is it that I only give advice to single women? What about wives?" And she's been married, I don't know, 8 years, 10 years, I don't know. And she wanted her husband to step up. Patricia, how are you? Welcome. And I had to tell her, like, you know what I say? Data gathering. Let's go back to the data gathering process to see what data you had to make the decision to marry him. One lady paid for all dates, bought her own wedding engagement ring. Forget the $19.99 or the $24.99 engagement ring. She bought her own engagement ring, paid for the wedding, took care of him for years, and now she's like, "Well, I need you to." Too late. It's too late, baby girl. I'm sorry. It's right, far too gone. And I focus on my single sisters because if we can get single women, to choose correctly. I was talking to my 95-year-old godmother today, and she said she should have married the other guy, because she was married for 30 years, and that when I met her, Lexa was a baby. She was already divorced for 30 years. So she's 95 now. She just celebrated her 95-year birthday. And she said she's realizing that you can look back at your past and see the decisions you've made, and that will tell you about the decisions you will make for your future. And she said, you know, you've always been thoughtful and you think things out and you think things through and you take your time to make decisions. And I'm like, yeah, that's my life. Do you understand? That is my life. That's me and Alexia's like, I'm turning over my life and my daughter's life in the hands of a man. Not saying my husband is perfect, not saying we're perfect, because I think people think I'm saying we're perfect. No, absolutely not. But what I'm saying is I had to think things through. I thought things through. It wasn't just getting married. It was, I'm turning my life over to this man. I'm about to submit myself to this man because there's nothing wrong with submission, but if you're submitting to a fool, then God have mercy on you. But if you choose the right husband who understands, even though my husband said, babe, you know, I don't really like that word, but yeah, I would make any decisions without you, so on and so forth. And I appreciate that. My husband is not the man that, well, I'm going to do this and you'll like it or not because you're supposed to submit to me. In 6 years of marriage, he's never brought up the word submission. He consult with me with everything. You know, even going to Men's Warehouse. Hey, babe, Men's Warehouse is having a sale. I'm going to go and pick this and this up. Well, okay. Pastor want gifts for church. I'm going to go here and spend this much and bring to okay. Okay. Nicole, hello, glitter, baby, glitter. Do you see the glitter? You see the glitter? Do you see the glitter doll? Do you see the glitter? Do you see the glitter? So it's not just getting married. It's not about feelings. Oh, I love him. Who's the girl? The girl, I just did a video on this. Been with this guy 10 years. Let me see if I find it. I just did the video the other day. 10 years. 10 years. Is it 10 years? Or is it 5 years? 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, because I had a couple of them. Been with the boyfriend, shacking up for 3 years. And after 3 years, she's 35. So that means she was 32 when they started shacking up. Shacking up for 3 years. And now you're finding out that he doesn't want to get married. I said, girl, it's not that he don't want to get married. He don't want to marry you. Okay. How to choose a husband, how to get over how long does it take? Yep. This one is the girl's like 7 years. I think this one, ooh, Lord, Jesus. This one I'm sharing is 7 years shacking up, 3 babies later. Guys, here is the one about, this is the one about 7 years. How long does it take? Please watch. Do not skip the commercials. YouTube picked up my channel. Yeah. YouTube picked up my channel, so do not skip the commercials. Enjoy them. But the one I just shared is this girl, 7 years, y'all, shacked up. DJ, hi, welcome. Share my life. Thank you, Nicole. Shacking up for 7 years. 3 babies, pop, popping babies out. Thinking that's gonna make him marry you. And after 7 years, she working 2 jobs, he working 1 job, and 3 babies. Now she wanna ask, how long does it take? Okay. This one is 10 years off and on. He said it takes some men sometimes. I think I'm gonna post that one tomorrow. This one is, how long is it too long to wait for him to marry me? Shacking 7 years, 3 babies. It don't take no 7 years to know if you want to get married. Or if he want to marry you. My husband said he knew in 2 months he was going to marry me. And my dad said no more than 3 months, a man knows. After 3 months, he knows if he's going to marry you or not. And see, what a lot of us do, I'm going to demonstrate when I'm at my other house. This is the hotel, child. You can't even bring people's stuff up. How a lot of women leech on these men. Leech on the men. This is a blanket. Oh, I can use the pillow. This is us. We meet a man. We meet a man. We leech. We wait. Let me get the other pillow. Wait. Okay. This is us. We meet a guy. We meet a guy, right? And hi, Keita. Hey, Keita. We meet a guy, and we like him. He like us. You know, he trying to get the kitty, right? And we think we like. You will hear a lot of women say, we say, I want to have a future with him. I think that's one of my questions for next week. I want to have a future with him, but he's not saying anything about having a future with me. And see, what a lot of us do, we meet a guy and we leech. You gonna marry me. You gonna marry me. You gonna marry you gonna you gonna marry me. You gonna marry me. You gonna marry me. You are going to marry. You going to marry me. Okay? You gonna marry me. You gonna marry me. You gonna marry me. In the midst of you leeching on the poor little man, like this girl that inboxed me, you pop, 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 baby's out. And now she's like, it's been 7 years, 3 babies later. It's right here. I got the questions, all my questions right here. How long is too long to wait for him to marry me? Living together 7 years and 3 babies. He ain't asking me to marry him. 7 years? He's not asking you to marry you because maybe you're not the one. Okay. So, ladies, wives that ask, why do I mostly talk to single women? My book coming soon, 338 pages of it. This is only like a quarter of it. It's all about dating and ladies gathering data. And church girls, stop thinking that the wolf is in the world. The wolf is sitting right up in your church. Do you know that divorce is over 51% in the church? Divorce in the world is 50%. That means 50% of people outside of the church, out of every 100 couple outside of the church that gets married, those are people who does not claim to be born again Christians or whatever, okay? They just, maybe they come to church. Half of them is going to get a divorce. In the church, these are born again people. 51% is going to get divorced. And to me, I think, because I came up in the church, y'all know my daddy was a priest, is we do just like we do today. Sister Janice, Brother Solomon is interested in you. All of a sudden, oh, we're courting. You're getting married. Don't even like Brother Solomon. Okay? But because he's interested, now you're supposed to get married. Do you know how many people, my daughter's 25 years old. Do you know that I don't know any couples that got married when I was young that are still married today? There's only one couple that got married like before I went to my father's church. One year we had 5 marriages. To my knowledge, there's only one of them that's still married. And a lot of people in all of the, we call sister churches that got married young are divorced today. Okay? Because they didn't, no, we don't date. That's one thing they used to say. Church people don't date. Then they get married and realize we don't even like each other. I don't even like you. Do you know how many people was forcing me to get married? Oh, Brother so interested. Okay, I'm not. I ain't interested. Because I knew what I wanted and Brother Solomon wasn't it. So ladies, it goes back to data gathering. You have to gather the data you need to make an informed decision. Dating, data gathering is also the process of elimination. So if you meet a man that's not working and he wants you to take care of him, don't marry him and then cry 3 months later he's not working. Pass him on up, pass him on by, and go gather data on somebody else. Because in the end, I wish I had carried my book with me. I don't know how I didn't bring a copy of my book. You're going to end up being the naked wife. Okay, the naked wife is a wife that is not covered by her husband's love, profession, protection, and provision. And so a lot of women are naked wives. In the church, I knew an elder. I saw this with my own eyes. I wrote it in my book. It was raining one Sunday after church. This is my vacation here if anybody just came on. His wife and their son was sitting in the car. It was raining. And he told his wife to get out of the car and wait. He's going to go drop the church folks off and come back and get his wife. And I guess he thought he was doing something honorable. He was honoring God. You can't honor God without honoring your wife. Read the Bible. You can't honor your God, and you're mistreating your wife. He that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor of the Lord. The way a husband obtains favor of the Lord is the way he treats his wife. So you're not treating your wife right. I think the Bible even say your prayers are not going to be answered. Church people, wait. Take my husband. Oh, child, my husband do something like that to me. Ooh, I'm going to see the judge right on High Street. I'm about to go see the judge. Pastor Cassandra! Hi, Pastor Cassandra! Hi, Gina. Okay. So all these men in the church, pastors, bishops, deacons, elders, singers, all of these mistreating their wives and then talk about they're doing God. So you ain't doing God no service, child. A husband is to treat his wife like Christ treat the church. That's why he said, notice God never told the woman to love her husband. My dad gave me a revelation on that. Makes so much sense. I'm going to write it down. And he said, husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church. How did Christ love the church? He died for the church. A lot of men and women don't understand that. You have wives running around doing crazy, be sacrificing, breaking their necks. My dad said the responsibility of a husband is greater than that of a wife because a husband has to sacrifice. Mia, hello, welcome. A husband has to sacrifice. All we have to do is respect him and honor him. But a husband must die to his needs, his wants, and serve his wife. Okay? Serve his wife. We don't ever talk about that. We never talk about a husband serving his wife. We always talk about the wife serving his husband, making her plate and all of that. I would never marry a man that is going to sit right there and wait for me to come bring him a plate. You bring me a plate. You're supposed to serve me. Read the Bible. Jesus took off his coat and he knelt down and he washed the disciples' feet. And Peter said, no, Lord, I don't deserve this. Let me wash your feet. And Jesus said, if I don't wash your feet, you're not a part of me. The church have missed it for years to make it think that the woman is supposed to be the running and the dying on the cross and all this. No. Husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church. What did Christ do? He died for the church. Ladies, single ladies, I'm talking to single ladies. I'm not talking to married women. Single, married women do this. Single ladies, do not marry a man who does not have the heart of a servant. One thing I love about my husband, Lord Jesus. That night I met him, he was like, you know, in Psalm 23 talks about goodness and mercy shall follow the days of my life. Make it just Psalm 100. I believe goodness and mercy is there to serve us. That's how he was. And Pastor Cassandra, when I brought him to the Christmas party, all the women, hi Wincy, all the ladies came to me on Monday morning and said, Dan, you better marry him. You better marry that man because of the way he treated me. Some women wives are talking about, he treat me bad. How was he treating you when you was courting, dating, and engaged? Let's go back. If he was treating you like crap, guess what's going to happen when you get married? Multiply it by 100, because that's how he's going to treat you. Okay. That's why I believe, Daniel, that's why I believe in premarital counseling and your idea of continual counseling while marriage. Yes. I would never get married without premarital counseling. And I believe in continual counseling. Let me tell you why. My godmother, I just mentioned her. I'm here for her 95th birthday. She just celebrated her 95th birthday. She's in a nursing home, and I brought her Michelle Obama book because I said, "Ooh, close your eyes. Guess what I have for you? I'm going to read it to you." She was like, "Oh, I read that." She's in the nursing home, laid up. She said, "Oh, I read that." I was like, "Oh, so I can't read it to you?" She said, "You can read it." But she got a divorce after 30 years. After 30 years of marriage, my godmother got a divorce. And I asked her, I said, "Mom, what is it that you went through after 30 years? Hi, Robert. What is it that you went through after 30 years of marriage that you didn't already go through and you couldn't go through?" She said, no. It was always stuff that they never worked on or never talked about or never resolved. He took out a second mortgage on the house. You know, women in those days, they didn't say much. She's 95. Her husband was military, okay? Took out a second mortgage on the house. She didn't know. Took out a second mortgage on the business. He was a pharmacist. She didn't know. She went to the bank to write a check for something. There was no money. And did he take her name off the checking account? I got to ask her tomorrow. But there was no money. And she said she got up one day and she realized if she did not divorce him, she would end up in the poorhouse. And she, at 50 years old, she was 21 when she got married. 50 years old, she went and filed for divorce, went back to school, became a teacher, and taught until she was 72 years old. And she only retired because the school was moving and she didn't feel like moving. She is 95 years old. My godmother, 95 years. And so because of that story, and also in the Bible talks about this, it's the little foxes that spoil the whole bunch. You hear some couples going through a divorce, you say, is this, and you're like, that's so small. You're getting a divorce over that. No. When you pour all that stuff, you keep adding onto it, and then it flows over, then you're like, I can't do it. I can't go. I can't. And so my husband and I, we believe in continual counseling. We did church counseling, my single Christian sisters, and we went to a certified marriage counselor who's a psychologist. Okay, because what I noticed about church, because a lot of people getting divorces, and I'm asking the girls, and I'm like, well, didn't y'all pastor talk about financial literacy in marital counseling? Nope. Our pastor did. My husband's pastor. He counseled us with his wife. You're having financial problems. That never talk about? Mm-mm. So I believe in church counsel with my pastor, but I also believe in outside counsel with a certified and licensed marriage counselor, which I found an older African-American male, because men open up more to other men. Us women, we could talk to the tree. You know, I could talk to this bag. I could have a whole conversation with this bag. Men are not like that, okay? They have to have the right environment to talk. And so my husband and I, we believe in continual counseling. We go see our marriage counselor about 3, 4, 5 times a year. Doesn't necessarily mean anything is wrong, but it creates an environment where we can talk and we can be free to talk. And if there's something bothering me, I text him. If something's bothering Mike never texts him. I'm the one be like, when can we come see you? Because or he'll call us and be like, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, it's May. I haven't seen you guys all year. And then we'll go see him. Because we don't want little foxes to spoil the whole branch. And so we go see him. Okay, a few times a year. We just go sit and talk. Last time we saw him was December. We were supposed to see him earlier, but my husband had a trip. And we just sat and talk. The men, they talk. Hey, you know how many, hey, brother, how you do? How's job? What you think about Trump? They talk a lot about Trump. Doesn't necessarily mean anything is wrong. You just sit and you have an environment where you can talk, and there's always an open door policy. I guarantee you. What time is it? It's 10:58 here. I'm in Louisiana. What time is it? No, 10:58 there in the East Coast. 9:58 here. It's 10 o'clock. If I text him and I say 911, that's emergency, he's gonna call me. Okay, that's how our marriage counselors. Of course, you know, I never text him out late, but I'm just giving that as an example. Amy, hi, welcome. So the reason why I don't give wise advice is because it's kind of too late. You got to read the Naked Wife. And I think more women, more wives need to speak up and encourage single ladies. Don't tell them why you want to get married. I just did a thing about, you know, always the miserable church folks. Like, why you want to get married? You know, marriage is not walk in the park. You married wrong. You should have married a man that liked walk in the park. Oh, it's not cookies and cream. You married wrong. You should have married a man that liked to buy you cookies and cream. Here's another video on YouTube, guys. Make sure you go on my YouTube, watch my videos, and do not skip the commercials. YouTube picked up my channel. Boom, 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 boom. 2.5 months, they picked up my channel. They're like, this girl is hot. So subscribe to my channel if you have not, please, and watch my videos, and do not skip the commercials. So, ladies, that's basically it. That's why I don't give women, married wives, advice. It's kind of too late. Like, what am I going to say? Leave your husband? I ain't going to say that unless he's beating you, raping your kids or something. But other than that, I'm like, I can't help you, baby. You got to go call the counselor. Nicole, you see my my lip gloss? Glitter, baby. Glitter, 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 glitter. Okay, ladies, any questions? I know I've been going yap, 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 yap. That's why I wrote a book. I just wrote a book, 338 pages. Any questions, ladies? So I can't help the married folks having problems. So I can't help you. You want to know how to write a book, I can help you. But what you need to do about your husband who don't want to work, go see a counselor, go see a pastor, somebody. Talk to them. I can't. And I was supposed to go do another video on YouTube today. I can't. I'm going to go right to bed after this. Daniel, until I saw that video, I didn't know there were church people who discourage. Yes. Oh my God, Danielle. Yes. Yes. The church I came when my father church moved, and then I went to this church on 18th Avenue in Newark. Do you know? No, that's the church I was going to before all the little girls started getting pregnant in the church, and then I was like, oh no, I don't need this around people. People talk about you judging unless you can tell me where that scripture is in the Bible and explain what that means. Don't talk to me about judging. Okay, I had my daughter when I was 16, so because I had a baby at 16, guess what? The deck was already stacked against her that says and proven that by the time she is 18, she will have a baby. So I'm not going to keep her around little girls that's popping out babies. I saw all them little girls in the choir started having babies. I took my child and I ran. You hear me? I ran. Yes, I did ran. But anyways, but it was still my church. You know, I love the people. Not one of them came to my wedding. Not one. One lady and her daughter showed up at my wedding looking like they were going to beach or something. And it was God that I was walking in a way. And I'm like, hold up. They have shorts on at my wedding. And those of you came to my wedding, you know my wedding wasn't that kind of wedding, Pastor Cassandra. Okay? You know, this embarrassing my husband, child, no. This, But none of them came to my wedding. Well, one, because I wasn't interested in nobody in the church, and everybody that was pushing on me, I was like, I'm not interested. Yeah. But none of them came to my wedding. And one lady, oh Lord, she was so depressing. She was so depressing, even to this day. I went back to the church. Somebody was doing something. This might have been this year, or maybe the end of last year. And at 5 years of marriage and a baby, everybody was, who's that? That's your baby? When did that happen? And I wanted to say, well, if you had came to my wedding. But I didn't. I was like, Alexa, hi, Kathy, hello. They discourage you from getting married because their marriage is so miserable and unhappy. And so they feel as if every marriage is going to be like their marriage, or every man is like their husband. No, every man is not like your husband, and every marriage is not a bad marriage. I know many, many, many happy marriages. People who they say they're happy. Okay, let me say that because you really don't know, but people who say they're happy, their marriages, but you can also see it. You can see it when you see them. You can see that they genuinely love each other and care about each other. It's not just let me fake and pretend. It's no, they really love each other. Okay. Oh, I don't have to. Okay. And what I want, married ladies, divorced ladies, talk to your single friends and tell them about the red flags that you miss. Because in my book, The Naked Wife, over where I interviewed over 200 women, wives, ex-wives, currently wives, when they tell you, you're like, but he was mean when you was dating. Oh, I thought he was cute. Cute. Okay, one lady in the book, I think it's called Training Bra. She wanted $9.99 training bra for her daughter. Her husband told her that's a waste of money. That's a waste of money. Do you know how, well, ladies, you know when, if you remember how tender your body, any little thing rub up against it, it hurts. You know, he put enough gas for her to go to the supermarket, $5 gas, for her to go to the supermarket and bring the groceries home. She has to walk to school with the kids. Rain, sleet, sunshine, snowstorm. She has to walk to school with the kids. Yet he does not want her to work. That didn't start when they got married. That was always that way. If my husband told me, I want you to work because of blah, 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 I wouldn't have married him. You know, he tells me all the time, so you know, you work because you want to work, and I work because I want to. And that's the type of husband I wanted. I wanted a husband where I work because I want to, not because I have to. There is a difference. Alexa, thank you, dear. This is it. So I wish more married women, both good marriages, bad marriage, would speak up more and share. This is what happened to me. These are the mistakes I made. And that's why I wrote that book, The Naked Wife, because there were a lot of mistakes that made, just like the one I just did. I don't want him for his money. Did y'all read that one? Did y'all listen to that video? I don't want a man for his money. Until the market crashed, she lost her job. He was being a rapper and a DJ. So she lost her job, and then she couldn't. She got a job that was paying her like a third, and it was just enough to feed the kids and buy them clothes and stuff. And then the mortgage wasn't being paid because she didn't have her corporate America job. And I don't want a man for his money. I don't need a man for his money. And then she said even after she lost his job, her job, he never got up and got a job. He gonna ask her, baby, what we gonna do? Say, what now? You asking me? What we gonna do? Then the bank came for the house. Matter of fact, she came home. If I remember the story correctly, she came home and there was a lock on the door. The sheriff officer came and put a lock on the door and say owned by, for example, let's use Bank of America, owned by Bank of America, and had to beg and plead for them to open her door so she could get the kids' stuff out. And the kids, she said the light came on for her when her little boys, then she got to have 5 babies. I think it was 5, or is it 3? I don't remember. I think it's 3. Was walking with their little toys. Where Michael little toys? Little toys. She said her little boys was walking with his little toys, little babies, little kids. It's like a little, y'all see where his toys are, right? In my lunch bag. She said the light came on when her babies was walking with their little toys to put in the U-Haul truck. And she said she realized she had sat there for 15 years. And her husband, she sat there for 15 years and let her husband do whatever. $15 sat there being a DJ and a rapper. 50-year-old behind rapper. You ain't made it yet. But when you go back, listen to that story, guys. Listen, leave a comment for me. When you go back and listen to her story, she says she met him. He was living at home with his brother. Was a DJ and a rapper. And in no time, he asked her to marry him. Of course, he needed a bigger apartment. She bought the house. She kept up the family. After she lost the job, she went through her emergency fund. Banks couldn't pay the mortgage. And I don't know, but somebody was asking somebody, they say it takes about 3 years for the bank, 2 to 3 years. I don't know how true it is. It takes the process. It's not like your apartment where the landlord, next month you get a letter, you have to go to court. No, she said the bank, when it comes to the bank, it takes them about 2 years. Denise, are you still here? Denise, who else is a real estate agent? Gina. I think Gina's a real estate agent. Is Gina still here? Gina, are you still here? Are you here? Denise, are you here? But apparently it's not like next month you miss 1 month and the bank come. No, it's 2 to 3 years, I heard. So for 2 to 3 years they wasn't paying the mortgage, and this lazy bum still didn't get up and go get a job. Daniel says, yeah, that was messed up. A man sitting on his behind asking his wife, what we going to do? He never wanted to work to begin with. What we going to do? Lord, my husband did not ask me that. But that's because he's always asked her that. What we going to do? Like he a little boy. In an emergency, when something happened, My daughter should not come to me and ask me, Mommy, what we gonna do? It is my responsibility to make sure she's comfortable and stress free. Okay, when our boiler went in the middle of winter, remember that snowstorm? I never forget it. January 25th, because that's the day my boiler went. January 25th, 2015. Is it 2015? Little Michael was one because he had on his, I remember him have on his little brown onesie and the boiler went. And it was in the snowstorm. Mike called our plumber, and he said it's cracked and it doesn't make sense to fix it, blah blah blah. You need a new one. Call PSE&G. So then PSE&G, it took them about 2 days to come out because it was in the snowstorm. It was a snowstorm, January 25th. Look it up, 2015, I believe it was. And it was a Saturday. My husband didn't come ask me what we gonna do. You know what? He said, babe, pack the stuff, pack some stuff for you and the kids. We gonna go to a hotel. I got the packing. We could go to a hotel. And then Monday PSE&G came out. There was like, oh, you need a new one, blah, blah, blah. We can't put it in until like Thursday. They came Thursday. I think they worked on it all day, and we was able to come back home Friday or Saturday for a week. There's an emergency. The husband should not be asking the wife, what are we going to do? That's your responsibility. But he was always asking her, what we going to do? Okay, Patricia said, my friend's mom didn't pay her mortgage because she lost her job. The bank didn't take action until well after a year. They gave you to make back payment. That's what my real estate friends told me. They say they don't just come for the house. It takes some time. So that means this man was sitting on his behind all this time. She said it wasn't until her little babies was bringing their little toys, bringing their toys to go in the U-Haul truck. She realized I don't know how I didn't bring one in my book. The way she put it, it made so much sense. She had allowed him to sit on his behind for 15 years, something. She said, I didn't need a man for his money until the bank came for the house. I didn't need a man for his money. I used to say, you know how some girls are corporate America girls. You're making the money. You feel, I don't need a man for his money. I don't need a man for his money until, I used to say, I don't need a man for his money until my kids was bringing their toys to put in the U-Haul truck. I didn't need a man for the money until I realized I sat back for 15 years. I forgot what she said, but the way she said it was so powerful and something. And then she said, I didn't need a man for his money until she said she worked so hard to give her kids the American dream. And she lost her house. She said she worked hard. She bought the house. Was making the payments for her kids. And then she lost it. Of course, she'll be able to rebuild after a while. And that's such an encouraging story. A man should make and implement a plan. Yeah, don't ask him before you get married. Before you marry him, I asked my husband about, if you lost your job, what's gonna happen? Danielle, you still here? And Nicole, you remember? I'm pushing this back because I have to show y'all. Remember my little thing I said. Now listen, ladies, you out for dinner and you're talking. And you ask him, you have to listen. This is why data gathering is important. Data gathering is important. Lord, all this time I'm sitting here looking for the time to see how long I've been talking, and it's up there. So another 5 minutes and then I'm going to go to bed. You out and you're talking to the guy, and you say, so Johnny, John, let's let's use another name. Wait a minute. Daniel said, oh yeah, she allowed him to not provide for their family by doing this manly duties or something like. It was powerful. It was from, I don't know how I didn't bring a copy of my book with me. That is so not me. So you out, right? It's a little chilling here. And you're talking, right? And you say, um, so what's gonna happen if you lose? This is my vacation here. If y'all just came on here, I don't. I was supposed to get brains, but I had time. So Methuselah, Pastor Cassandra, you still out here? Methuselah. So tell me, what's gonna happen if you lose your job? Listen carefully to what he says. Yes, yes, Alexa, yes, accent. So, don't be like real aggressive. You know, ladies, men are different from women because we have something that they don't have, okay? We have something to offer that they don't have. We have the grace, sweet spirit. God talks about a sweet aroma. Think of Esther. I love Esther. Okay, don't be like so 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 what's gonna happen if you lose your job? Don't be like that. Okay, be real sweet and pretty. So you can get it out of him. Let me get a glass. Let me show you how y'all should do it. Okay. Got my glass. They ain't got no wine glasses at the hotel. What kind of? I got maybe some of the other thing. Yesenia, hello. How are you? Welcome. Yes, Alexa. Ooh, take this off my hair, towel. Woo. Say, see, ladies. Alexa, this is how. So you say, um, Methuselah. So, tell me, what, what's gonna happen if lose your job? Listen carefully. Listen carefully to what he says. If he says, if he says, well, I'm, I'm gonna get my unemployment, and then, wait, Danielle, I don't forget how we went. Wait, he said, if he says unemployment, say, I think this is how we go, Danielle. I need to write this stuff down. Say, oh, okay. Excuse me. Excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom. Wait, I think that's the way the unemployment. I wrote it down. It's in my new book. Okay. If he's no, there's nothing wrong with unemployment. Okay, there's nothing wrong with unemployment. Well, how long does unemployment work? Your emergency, his emergent. This is what you need to get. His emergency plan is unemployment. How long? Okay, what's going to happen after unemployment? See, your emergency plan cannot be unemployment because depending on why you lost your job, you might not get it. Okay. Now, if he Yes. Well, but you got you got a good job. You you'll have it. You got it, right? If he say anything about you having it, you got it, you hold us down. This is what you do. Did you get that? Wait, the mouse is moving. Wait a minute. If he say, if his emergency plan is you, run, run for your life. Okay. Run for your life. Change your number. As a matter of fact, here's the phone. As a matter of fact, throw away your phone. You don't want it to follow you. Love you too, Pastor Cassandra. Wait a minute, Pastor Cassandra. I gotta go, but I will finish it. Yes, yes. Okay. If his emergency plan is you holding the family down, run for your life. He needs to say something like prepared husband, prepared man, emergency plan, emergency fund, emergency savings. I like the one my husband says the best. I'll have a job, next job by next week. Okay. And he said he'd lay out. He said, if I lose my job, he's not walking out without a package. And he said, the first thing I'm going to do is A, and the next thing I'm going to do is B. This is what I'm going to do. C, lay it out. God, my husband loved his job, and I love his job, and we love the people, we love everything, but God forbid anything happen, and he comes home or he calls me or texts me or baby, so happened or whatever. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, Jesus. Whew. But God forbid, I'm not going to be freaking out, and I don't believe he's going to be freaking out because we already know what the plan is. You need a plan, ladies. Don't just, oh, I got you. I need to see it. I need to see it in writing. Show me an email. Show me an email or something. I need to see it. Data gather the data, ladies. Gather the data so you can make an informed decision. I told you guys there was this guy that was pursuing me. He was $500,000 in student loan debts. I'm not gonna marry into that. And then he lost his job. He had a studio apartment. Then he lost the job. Then he had to move back home with his mama because he couldn't afford his studio apartment. So everybody know what everybody you can deal with. Me, I can't do debts. Yes, everybody, 99.99999% of people have some kind of debt. But then there is debt, you might have $200 on your credit card or $1,000 or whatever. But when you talk about $500,000, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And did you guys see the thing I shared on my page? This couple got married, and come to find out, she's $30,000 in debt. And he said if he knew she was $30,000 in debt, he wouldn't have married her. But that's bad on his part, because that's telling me that you didn't do your research and you didn't ask questions. He said it. It's on my page. Scroll down. He said, "Hi, Antoinette. If he knew she was $30,000, so $30,000 now, not $300,000." She said, if he knew she was $30,000 in credit card debt, he would not have married her. Okay. So everybody know what they can deal with. Gather the data you need to make an informed decision. I don't give married women advice, because I'm going to always go back to data. Show me the data. What, he wasn't working while you was dating? So what you thought? You was going to get married and he going to start to work? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Right, Alexia. How you got me? You got me how? I want to know how. I don't want to hear that. Show me in paper. I don't believe in that. I told y'all, my husband, before I married him, when he talked about he want to get married to me, W-2, credit report, and then I took him to my doctor for the blood work. I don't trust nobody until I see the paperwork. Give me the credit report so I can see how much debt you're in. Here's mine. Here's mine here, right here. Give me your W-2s. So I want to make sure, you're earning what you say you're earning. Because I know a lot of women don't know how much money their husbands make, don't know where he work at. Not me. That will not be my testimony. And we're going to go to my doctor to get blood work, because I want to make sure you're not going to give me anything I can't get rid of. Okay. So any questions before I go? I'm going to go to bed and I'm tired to see my hearing. Any questions, comments? What do you guys think? What you guys think? I said I was going to help this girl with her college thing, and I forgot to send her the money. Let's send it to her now. Enter your mobile. Yeah, enter your mobile. What? My mobile? My mobile or hers? 973 573 4381. Single ladies, gather the data. No, wrong information. Okay. Gather the data. Ask questions. This is your life. This is your life. This is your life. Thank you, love. This is your life. Think about it. This is your life. This is your children's life. You can't just turn your life over to somebody because he make you feel good. Give me the data. I need the data. Give me the data, ladies. This is your life. That's what I want. I wish ladies could just start to think about it, that this is your life. And for those of us who have kids, this is the life of your kids. You can't just turn over your life over somebody that's saved. He said he worked down at the docks. Let me see the pay stubs and the W-2s and the tax return. This is when you're going to get married now. This is not somebody you're dating. Okay? This is somebody you're about to get married, but when you're dating, you need to talk about these things. You need to know. You need to kind of feel him out. You know? We all test each other. We all test each other. We might not say it, but we test. My dad told me, he said, make sure you see him angry before you marry him. He always told me that. Make sure you see a man angry before you marry him and see what he do. Is he gonna try to hit you? Is he gonna throw chairs? One of my stories is the lady, her husband, turned flipping over tables and stuff. And then her son was 18 months. The next day or two, the baby had a tantrum. And guess what the baby did? Flipped over his little toy table. Can you imagine an 18-month-old flipping over his little table? She said she realized. She said she realized. How's this going? She couldn't stay with him because he was being a bad example on the baby. So my daddy say, see, make sure. I didn't see my husband angry. I saw him nervous, like real nervous, that time when I broke up with him. I almost left him. He was begging me to meet me. And can I take you out to dinner? No. He was like, can you meet me after work? Nope. And then I finally decided to meet him. I said, okay, just meet me in the Home Depot parking lot. He was like, Home Depot? I was like, yes, meet me in the Home Depot parking. And I only did it because I knew he was going away for his conference. Summer's my husband's busy month. And he was going away for his conference. I was like, you know what? Let me just go talk to him because he's going to be away for like 3 weeks. You don't want him sweating and carrying on and nervous. So I met him in the Home Depot parking lot, and he came up. He was opening my car. I locked the door. Okay, and I rolled the window down this much. Like, can I help you? Oh my God. Can I help you? Lord, when I told him meet me, when I told him meet me in the Home Depot parking lot, he knew I wasn't playing. Like, no, Home Depot parking lot. He was like, Home Depot parking lot? Yeah, meet me right there. On my way home. I'm not going out of my way to meet you. Meet me in the Home Depot parking lot. All right, beloveds, I'm going to go get in my bed. I'm tired. But I love you guys for watching. Any comments, any statement, leave it for me below. I'm going to lock this because I'm going to lock the video because I'm going to put it on YouTube. So I want you guys to rewatch it on YouTube. Nicole, I know you always rewatch and leave a lot of comments. So rewatch it on YouTube. And remember, when you go to my channel, Church Girls want to get married too. Do not skip the commercials. Do not watch the commercials. You could give me 5 seconds of your life, can't you? All right. I love you guys. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Good night, my darlings. Good night, Danielle. Good night. Good night. Good night. And it's graduation, y'all. Any kids graduating, then give them a holy handshake. You know what a holy handshake is. Them church mothers used to shake. Come here, Sister Janice, shake your hand and put a $20 bill in your hand. Help the kids and encourage them because we talk about them when they get in trouble, but we don't celebrate them when they do something good. Celebrate them. Celebrating. All right, gotta go. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Bye. Good night. Good night. Good night.